So right behind me is Thailand's cheapest beach bungalow. It literally cost us only $7 to book this place, and we're right on the beach.
We are currently at New Hut on Koh Samui Island here in Thailand, and oh my goodness, what a travel day it has been.
This is what we're going through at the moment. It is raining and we have to go all the way to Koh Samui. Look at us. This is how we are dressed. So we're now on the way to Samui. Oh my gosh, it's right on the beach.
Thank you, Kukuka. This is so cute. Look how colorful these beach huts are. They each painted a different color and it really just pops. But before I show you the inside of our hut, let's go and have a look around this place.
So this place does not only have beach bungalows like ours, it also has garden bungalows. But if you come to the other side of the resort, you get ones like this with an A-frame. How cool is that?
So the only thing that's different with these A-frame bungalows is that they don't have their own private bathroom. If you can see behind me, here is the communal bathroom, and it's both for male and female. But they have their showers, their bathrooms and their basins, and it looks very clean and smells amazing. Look at it, our balcony is literally 10 meters from where the waves are breaking.
And to think that this place has only cost us $7, it's crazy. It's probably the only place that we're going to be staying at where we're this close to the beach.
Keep your flippers.
Before we're allowed in the house.
No sand in the house.
Is that even working well? What are you even doing?
Like fanning your foot.
The sand's quite sticky.
Okay, so let me show you inside our little hut. If you see on the outside, it's got wood, but then on the inside, it's made of reed, which is great. We have an aircon, which is a huge plus because it is super hot. And we have a bed, but the bed literally just fits in this space, so there's no place to chill inside here. But what's also fantastic is that we have our own private bathroom. So this bathroom is a normal bathroom. It's got a shower, a basin and a toilet, and for $7 a night, I'd give it a thumbs up. And although you cannot chill inside, you can definitely chill outside and have this wonderful view. What more could you ask for?
Now, to be honest, when booking this place, I did not think we were going to be getting much, but I'm actually pretty impressed with what we have.
Me too.
It is ridiculously cool. We are sitting right here on the stoop, veranda, whatever you want to call it, with the beach literally right in front of us. This is so cool. And although it's only $7, I would say we probably got a $100 view over here,
Oh,
if not more.
Sure.
I don't know if we're going to be able to move from here today. I think we might just enjoy it for this night, right?
I agree.
Now, seeing that we're in Koh Samui, you kind of just have to explore the place. So today we're going to go and look at the top places to see here.
So there is one place in particular that we are really looking forward to, and that is sometimes referred to as the secret garden. But we've heard that the road getting there is really hectic.
Oh God!
So the first stop of the day is the big Buddha here in Koh Samui, but it's not as big as the one in Phuket. But seeing as it's so hot, I've just been wearing some shorts and t-shirts, but I've had to bring some long pants and shirts along so that I can cover up before we go inside. I want to be respectful, but I didn't want to be riding around in a t-shirt and long pants the whole day.
So there's a sign that we need to take off our shoes. Apparently it's a sign of respect, which I completely understand. And there's quite a few places in Thailand where you have to take off your shoes before going in.
This Buddha is so pretty.
This is so cool. It's almost got the same similar stairway to what the big Buddha in Phuket had.
Wow, this is stunning.
They always seem to decorate them so well, and this one's just gold and colorful. It really has a massive presence just standing right in front of you. And on this one, the sun's right behind it. They look like they have all these little Buddhas on the side as well. So many little Buddhas, one big Buddha.
So this big Buddha is 12 meters high, and it was built in 1972. But the Dharma wheel, which you can actually see at the back of the Buddha, that was apparently only added a couple of years ago. Do you think these are bells?
They look like it.
I think so. They've just got the inside that makes the gong taken out.
Put your head in there. Is that loud?
It's alright. I knew you were going to do that.
So one of the cool things that we are busy experiencing during our travels here in Thailand is that the amount of tourists here are almost like none. You have places like this completely to yourself. I'd really love to take the drone out, but unfortunately we're right close to Samui Airport. So if you're flying in here, take a look outside. You might be able to see it. Wow! How cool is that?
I feel like we're watching the planes come flying in like we were in Phuket.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And 3 minutes later, we've arrived here at Wat Rai Lim, which is probably the most iconic statues here in Koh Samui. Wow, hey?
This is so beautiful.
What?
Wow. It has like 2 main statues and a temple, and then surrounding it is like this man-made lake. It's stunning.
Like, I'm sure you can't see how huge it is, but check out this snake part. Now, this is the snake that is actually wrapping around the princess goddess, which is apparently about 30 meters tall, but let me show you its dragon head. Look at that. It is huge.
That is pretty massive, hey?
How many hands do you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's more because I can't see the other ones.
14. I think I read online that there were 18 hands.
18 hands. That is crazy.
And apparently she has so many hands as she is the Chinese goddess of mercy and compassion, and all the hands is because she can help so many people at once.
That is
I haven't
cool.
seen something like this before in Thailand.
Yeah, I
Have you?
know, and the colors are just popping out. It's so cool. So although we have to take off our shoes, one thing they don't consider is that the sun makes this floor extremely hot. So walking on it can be quite a mission.
It looks like they actually have fish in this pond and there's some people feeding them.
They seem to be barbel.
There are so many though.
Or they're koi fish. I think they're koi
I think
fish.
they're koi fish.
I don't know, I'm not a fish expert. I don't know my fish.
There was a little turtle here. It was so cute. Oh, it's gone.
No ways. Was there a
It's
turtle
like
in here?
under- yeah, it's gone.
I actually saw a shell, but I didn't think it was an actual turtle. What is a turtle doing in a pond like this?
Ew, look how big this fish is.
Oh my word. Check out that
That's
thing.
massive.
I don't think Leanne would enjoy snorkeling in this place.
No, not at all.
Thanks. I think these fish are gonna go wild. You have to chuck a lot. Watch, some there, some there. Watch this, watch this. Wow. This is crazy. So we are now walking here by the main temple within the complex, and it looks as if this thing was built within a flower, which is actually quite cool. And if you look on the windows, they have Buddha mythology carved right into them, which is so cool. But I love how the temples here in Thailand are so colorful and have so much detail on them. It really makes them stand out amongst the landscapes around them.
According to research that I've done online, this is actually a new temple as it was only completed in 2004, and there is a lot of Chinese influence as well as Thai influence when creating this temple. So I think these are memorial plaques for people who have passed away, and this is something that I haven't seen at other temples before.
Oh my gosh, there's the turtle. You were right, there was one.
You found it. How cool is that?
Now this is the statue I wanted to come here for. As you can see, that looks like a big Buddha. Now I know we've been to a big Buddha in Phuket, but let's be serious. This one fits the name.
So you can see that a lot of Chinese influence is coming in here with this big Buddha, because apparently in the Chinese culture, a fat Buddha represents wealth and prosperity.
That looks like a super happy Buddha, hey?
It looks like he's gonna give a big ha 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 ha. I don't know why I'm putting that personality to him.
But it does sound right. They also have these multiple like little temples around the Buddha. I don't know exactly why they do that, but it's still pretty cool. So we're currently here at the secret garden, or close to it. We've just turned off the road, and according to the internet, this is where things start getting hectic. So we'll have to see. Right now we're on the concrete road, which is okay.
We like traveling in between the jungle and the forest and everything. It's really, really pretty, and it looks like there are farmlands off to the side.
Why is this always so much fun?
Yeah, magic garden.
Oh, maybe this is where the road gets serious.
Oh.
Oh. There we are. Well, that was not a bad drive. People on the internet have no idea what they're talking about.
Honestly, it was actually super beautiful. It might have some twists and turns, but the scenery is stunning.
How much? 81 for one person. So this is much more of a jungle rather than it is a garden. You have to see what's right in front of me.
It's like got a little house over here and a little waterfall. It's super pretty. It's like enchanted, like an enchanted garden.
A scary enchanted garden.
Yeah, I can actually see a horror movie taking place here.
So I'm actually going to go inside this house and see what's in it. Because I'm quite curious.
Yeah, me as well, but do you think it's safe? Let me get a torch.
I don't know, it's quite dark. Yeah, get a torch. There might be spiders.
Okay, you can go first.
Okay, give me the torch. Wow, it's just a little room.
That is really cool. It's got a little bit of like a smell in here, hey?
Yeah, and you look scary.
Ooh.
I was thinking there was going to be a lot more, but it's just a small room. So apparently this place was built in 1979. So it's been standing here for roughly 42 years. And the cool thing about it being here for so long is that you can actually see the moss growing all over these concrete structures. Not only on the houses, but also on the statues. It's something I have never seen before.
I think these stairs lead to the top of that room that you were thinking of.
Well, let's go explore another room. Does it lead to the top? Oh wow, look at the detail. The detail in this place is absolutely incredible. Like, look at the roof, has got all these little studs on it. And over here he's also added extra features onto the roof to make it stand out.
And another little room inside.
Are you going in?
No.
Oh, there's a wasp's nest. So as you can see, it's just a normal room. Massive lizards in there. You see that? No, I know they can't do anything to you, but wouldn't want it on me, right?
No, don't want it near me. Never mind on me.
Look at the statues over there.
How cool are these statues? There's like a million all around the garden, but each and every one is different.
Looks like some people have even put coins on the hands of some of these statues for some good luck.
And over there, it almost looks like the Hobbit's house. Don't you think?
Does a little. Just needs a circle door and then...
I really feel like the secret garden is like an enchanted garden, and someone or something has put a spell on everyone living here, and everything has just been frozen in stone.
All I'm doing is I'm looking for the two broken hearts that you need to put together and put somewhere in that stone so that everything comes back to life.
I have absolutely no idea what these statues mean or what their poses mean, but if you know, let us know in the comments below.
So this is the last video that we're going to be making here in Thailand, and we're going to be moving on to another country after this.
So comment down below if you can guess where we're gonna go next.
So out of everything that has just got complete moss on it, there's actually two statues here that almost seem to be as if they were cleaned. So I wonder why those specific statues have been cleaned compared to the rest.